The Defence Secretary is emerging as the dark horse of the right if William Hague is forced to drop out after the election. The bookies' odds have certainly shortened dramatically against him in the last few days, despite his lack of public profile.
He's tough on defence. He's arguing for a vigorous policy on Europe, possibly renegotiating Britain's position. And that appeals to a lot of Tory right-wingers who feel the current regime has been a bit wishy-washy.
Ian Duncan Smith's chances will also be improved by the new rules. Now the parliamentary party will choose the final two candidates in a leadership election, not the grassroots, although the winner will be determined by a ballot of party members. That's likely to block Anne Widdecombe's progress. So either way, it seems the knives are out for William Hague, with everyone in the shadow cabinet a potential Judas.
Well, joining me now, a Tory frontbencher, Cheryl Gillan, MP for Chesham and Amersham and a Hague loyalist, and John Strafford, who's chairman of the Campaign for Conservative Democracy. Let me ask you, John Strafford, you speak for the activists, or at least some of them. The Tory party, here we are, a few weeks from the general election, the party's in ferment, and as we've heard in that report, everybody's talking about who the next leader's going to be already. What a state of affairs.
Well, first of all, let me say that this general election is wide open. And it's wide open for three particular reasons.
It's not what the polls say, is it?
Well, I'll explain, because the polls don't take account of the don't knows, and I've been doing a lot of telephone canvassing, and I have to tell you that there's 25 to 30% of the people out there who say that they're definitely not going to vote, or they haven't yet decided. And so we're going to get a very low turnout, in the low 60s, even high 50s. And when that happens, everything's up for grabs. And the reason people aren't turning out is because they're fed up with the politicians generally.
But there's a mood for change already, though, isn't it? I mean,
there is a mood.
Mood for change in the party, I'm talking about. They feel that Hague's been weak.
Yeah, there's a mood for change within the party, I think, that is building up, and also within the country at large. People are fed up with the way in which our democracy has been threatened.
But they're fed up with William Hague. People in the Tory party, Tory MPs, are fed up with William Hague already. They're talking about Portillo, Duncan Smith.
No, there's inevitably speculation in any party when you're approaching an election, and when you see the opinion polls that you've been highlighting so much, forecasting a defeat. So in those kind of circumstances, people are bound to speculate about a...
Cheryl Gillan, you're a Hague loyalist, a front bencher. We saw that Sun front page there, Labour majority of 227 they're predicting. You probably just about hold your seat, but surely it's time for a change in the Tory party, isn't it?
Oh, I think this is absolute rubbish. You do not change your captain when you're in the middle of the game and out on the pitch fighting, and I think it suits the media commentators and those people that want to use spoiling tactics on the Conservative Party to try and divert the conversation onto a leadership race. Even in your introduction, you said there's a ferment there. There is no ferment. I can assure you that there is no ferment in the parliamentary.
In the bars of Westminster,
in the parliamentary party,
they talk of nothing else.
In the parliamentary party, there is a great desire to win. We are not interested in being diverted off our course by the so-called polls. The only poll that finally counts is going to be the poll in the election. And I think people are genuinely fed up with this rotten Labour government. They came in 4 years ago with a whole load of false promises that they have not delivered on for the electorate, and I think it would suit you and other commentators to try and get us off track to talk about leadership races, and that is not what we want to do. We want to concentrate on the record of this government, and if you examine the record of this government, it's failed.
John Strafford, the rules, William Hague changed the leadership rules, as you know. You're campaigning for more democracy. How do you think, I mean, assuming a Labour majority of whatever size on June the 7th, and you already told me you say it's wide open, what do you see happening on June the 8th, and are the rules fair, are the new rules fair?
Well, on June the 8th, if we went down to a big defeat, then there'd be an election for leader. If there was a Labour majority between 70 and 100, I think that William Hague would go to the membership and he would say, endorse me as your leader. We've done well. We haven't done as well as we wanted to, but we can do better, and give me your endorsement.
But you've got this system now, I think, where only 2 candidates go through to the final ballot. That's not very democratic, is it? Because it might mean somebody like Anne Widdecombe, who's the darling of the activists, doesn't get on the final ballot.
I don't think that we'll ever get to that stage, because what will happen, the parliamentary party determine the rules for this election of leader. They will get down to 2 candidates, that one will have, say, 55%, the other 45%, and at that stage, huge pressure will be put on the loser to withdraw, so that they will end up with one person, and that will be...
But you're not happy with that, though?
No, I'm not happy.
That doesn't work, does it?
No, it doesn't work, because it's undemocratic, and what we should have is all candidates in these kind of circumstances going to the membership as a whole. And in those circumstances, then the party will decide, including the MPs, Whereas if you have this kind of filtering process, can you imagine the parliamentary party accepting a situation where the majority of them wanted one person, and yet the party out in the country wanted somebody else?
Cheryl Gillan, isn't it the case that William Hague may well survive if he does survive, because nobody else wants the job, or won't want the job if there's a big Tory defeat?
I don't think this is a conversation we should be having now. I think we are fighting an election. I think we should be examining the Labour government's record and judging them on their record, and looking at things like their 45 stealth taxes, their failure to deliver on police, their failure to deliver in education, their failure to deliver in the health service.
Okay.
And I think we should be looking at where the Conservative Party has come from in the 4 years in opposition.
Well,
and
William Hague has come from the fact you're looking like doing worse than you did last time.
William Hague has actually built a stronger and fitter and better party. He is firmly backed by the Parliamentary Party, and I believe we are going to win the next election. After all, you don't give up until the last vote is counted. You do not give up until the last vote is counted.
I tell you what, we'll probably have you both back after June the 7th. Thank you very much.
I'll be very pleased to do so.